What is going on, everybody? It's Craig, and as I've been alluding to, I was able to see Maxxxine. I'm actually doing this and loading it up right away. I'm not going to set this for the day, so Maxxxine. This is going to be spoiler free. I am going to do a non-spoiler one because there's a lot of stuff I do want to talk about the movie. But I do think I always try to respect, especially a new movie. So here's a spoiler-free one for those of you that are riding along with me in this review. And next will be the official number 55 for the year. So Maxxxine is the third in the Ty West series. Technically, it's only the second with Maxxxine. If you saw it, obviously, Maxxxine and Maxxxine as Pearl as the old woman were in X, and the prequel to X was Pearl. And I was huge on X, and I thought Pearl was an amazing character piece. Not as much anything else, but it really was one of the better character studies you can find. So, but Maxxxine is different. Maxxxine is very much what was alluded to. She was still doing porn, although she was working to get out of it. And she, in this movie, auditions for a horror film, Puritan 2. She gets it. Then stuff from her past starts to creep up. Kevin Bacon is a private eye hired by somebody. She has to deal with Kevin Bacon for a while. She also has to deal with detectives who, wait, hey, if I had 3 friends who died in 3 days, I'd be concerned. I tell you this. As I sit here, I'm not 100% sure where I put Maxxxine amongst the 3. I'm really not. Pearl and X are movies I really enjoyed. I like X better as a movie, Pearl better as a character piece. Maxxxine fits right in with the group. I will say this is a non-spoiler thing regarding the movie. It is slow burns at times, but there are good beats in between. You want to see how Maxxxine deals with a prospective mugger? That's beautiful. Or murderer, whatever the hell the guy was supposed to be, but you'll see. That's in the first 10-15 minutes, so don't worry about that. But I gotta give it to Ty West. As I sit here thinking about it, this might be my favorite trilogy. I will definitely say Ty West is currently my favorite writer-director. 100%. Whether it's his first movie, Roost, which was so-so, but given it was his first movie, I think it went far. Whether it was House of the Devil, which I loved, maybe with the exception of the last 3 minutes or so. Innkeepers, I loved, maybe with the exception of the last 3 minutes or so. But I still enjoyed the movie. And same with was it Sacrament? I think Sacrament. Again, that's another fun movie. And then now you have all of these. See, I feel like I'm rambling because I'm intentionally don't want to spoil anything for you in this. I will say, if you like the Maxxxine character, the one who established herself, this did show really good evolution from who she was and what she dealt with, and it does give a very real glimpse into PTSD. So the psychologist in me finds that interesting. So I do think they handle it well. Like anyone that looks at this movie and is like, oh, it wasn't enough of this or wasn't enough of that, like they want the movie to be something different than it is. And I'm even going to point out something that might sound strange to point out. And I think it's a really smart idea, evolution of character, all of that. Like, there is a scene where she's asked to show her breasts to the people auditioning her, and she does, but that's shown off screen. And I mention that because if you saw X, obviously tons of nudity, all that. Now Maxxxine, she's trying to move beyond the world she was in, go into this. And so this movie purposely, the only nudity you see in this movie was video from X. So I think, knowing Ty West, and I've seen him in interviews, I think that was probably intentional. I don't think Mia Goth all of a sudden decided, I'm not going to do nudity, because she's done nudity all times in a movie. I think, though, this works for that character a lot. And if you're going into this movie and you don't get mad because you have nudity, then, well, you probably have issues, I suppose. But I encourage you, if you do see Maxxxine, to then check out my spoiler review I'm going to do next, because I really want to dig into a few things that I did enjoy. But overall, I think Ty West did another really good job with this. I'm still not sure exactly where I place it initially. I My buddy Darren said he gave it a 5 out of 10, and he's like, it's the worst of the 3. And I'm like, it's definitely not 5 out of 10. It's better than that. But it might be the lesser of the other 2, but the other 2 is so good. It's, it's tough. So I would say right now, and I don't remember what I graded the other 2. So after I do this, I'll go back and look at the views, and this will tell me. But I am giving this a 7. This gets a 7 out of 10 for me. And if you go back, if you listen to the spoiler review, you'll hear some of the many reasons why. I do recommend watching it. You don't have to have seen X first, but I do recommend you see X first, because X is really good, especially if you've never had anything spoiled for you from it. But anyway, folks, thanks for checking out my video, number 55. We already got 3 in the month of July. Just got to get 5 more. We're right on pace. Thing of beauty. Again, I keep saying it, so I'll say it again. Winnie the Pooh 2 should be done, reviewed soon, probably over the weekend. And then expect a series of shark movies, because it's July, and that's one of the things I do in July. Till we meet again, folks. Peace.